Hello Cancer and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks, which is from the 7th to the 21st of June 2021. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle, and this is the Angels and Ancestors oracle that I'm using today to start your reading off with. So let's see, what words of wisdom does the mysterious oracle have for Cancer for the 7th to the 24th of June 2021. What messages are here for Cancer for the next couple of weeks? What does Cancer need to know now? Okay, so something's fallen out, and I'll just draw another card for you. Let's take that one. And let's see what you get. So you have, you have the Lord and the Great Teacher. So the Lord takes charge with authority. So now's the time to, assert yourself in some situation. This sort of also speaks of having a determination, an intent, a passion for something, and taking that that drive, that intent, and asserting yourself with that, taking charge with authority, as it says. And then you've also got, almost on, funny how similar they look here. You've got the Great Teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. So this sort of shows that although you need to take charge and have that sense of authority, I'm also getting another angle to this, sort of suggesting that you also need to be authoritative or assertive with in a gentle way, with some sense of compassion. So not in a abrasive or domineering way, but that quiet control, that quiet authority. And there's this offering of peace here as well. So sort of like being in a firm, gentle but firm, in a loving way. And there may be some, spiritual experience or knowledge that you have, or wisdom that you could impart to others in this whole process. So there you have the Great Teacher and the Lord. But let's see where the rest of the reading takes you. So let's see what's on the cards for Cancer for the 7th to the 24th of June 2021. What messages are here for Cancer for the next 2 weeks? What does Cancer need to know at this time? And this is the Robin Woods Tarot that I'm using today. And I'll be using the usual 8-card spread for you, with the first 2 cards depicting you in your current situation, where you are now. The following 2 cards highlighting the challenges that you face at this time, with the next 2 cards offering you some guidance from Spirit as you move towards the last 2 cards, which may reveal your possible outcome to this time period. So let's see what you get. You have the Queen of Wands and the Stars. So that's sort of like having that sense of adventure, that sense of passion for something, inspired, and being able to inspire others, as you have focus on a dream, a goal, and perhaps a renewed sense of hope and faith in yourself and your abilities. Your challenges are the 7 of Cups and the 8 of Swords, and your guidance is the 7 of Pentacles and Justice. And you're moving towards the Empress and the Queen of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the 5 of Pentacles. And this is a card that sort of depicts a sense of lack, a sense of being out in the cold. And the message here is, you know, as what you put out to the universe is what you get back. If you're going to focus on your feelings of being ostracized, or you're worrying about material lack, then that's just going to come back to you. What you need to be focusing on, with as you have so much hope and potential in this spread, is focus on the inspired idea you may have had that you want to master, that you want to bring to fruition. So rather than worrying about whether you're able to do it, or whether you have the resources, the suggestion in the spread is that you hitch your wagon to that star and you have faith and hope that you can bring this to fruition. Because your challenges here, sort of, there's a sense that you can't move forward with this. You feel trapped. You're not seeing that there's a way past the mental blocks or obstacles that come in the form of logical problem solving. You know, so I get a sense here there's a lot of also with the 7 of Cups, you have that sense that it's not anything that's tangible, nothing that you can grasp. This is about sort of like it's almost like not dreaming but not taking action. It's about thinking and wishing and not seeing anything tangible to grasp at. Not being able to move forward. Perhaps there are a lot of possibilities open to you now, but the challenge is to choose one and move with it, rather than just let them all be pipeline dreams or pie in the sky. But you know, the challenge here is to overcome the sense that your path is blocked, and that's done by sort of finding a new perspective. The whole message in the 8 of Swords is that the figure here is trapped, blindfolded, but that blindfold is really indicating that she's not seeing clearly. She has sort of a mental blockage, which is stopping her from realizing that she's actually not as closed in as she feels. There are problems around her that need solving, but her way forward is not barred. And you know, through all the dismal rain clouds here, the sunlight is breaking through. This is about changing your perspective, and I get a sense here of a message to focus, pick one possibility, focus on it, and then work at it in a practical way. And that's your guidance card here, sort of backs that up. Sort of the 7 of Pentacles is about having put forward or begun to do the practical, mundane, logical things that need doing, the everyday tasks you need to move something forward. That, as in this depiction here, the gardener, he has sown the seeds, he's weeded the beds, he's tended the crops, and now it's actually reached a point where he is able to allow it to grow in its own capacity. Now he's done his work, he can lay down his tool. Here he's leaning on his hoe and he's watching the progress unfold in its own pace at its own time. So it does require a bit of patience, but it's sort of suggesting that, you know, once you've set down the root basic first steps, and once you've sort of got it on the go, sort of tended to this idea, this project, you'll be able to see it begin to grow in its own at its own pace and on its without too much effort at that point. And it will require patience as you wait for it to come to fruition. You've also got the Justice card here. This sort of suggests, you know, you need to make a decision. The Justice is about using wise and measured thought, balancing out, weighing out the options carefully in a logical way, in order to make a decision, then being ready to implement that decision. So it's in line with your Eight of Swords, which suggests that worry and that feeling that you're trapped, that you can't go forward. The Justice card sort of says use logic, and you maybe step back and don't allow your emotions to cloud your judgment, but use rational thought, and wise and measured decision making is called for. And once, you know, and it sort of also implies that once you've decided on something, that's going to stay with you for some time. It needs to be fair, and it needs to be honest. But with that, having made that decision on what path you want to take this forward with, then begin the practical steps, and don't expect it to be something that's going to unfold overnight. It's going to take a little bit of time. And if you're able to incorporate all that into the following this idea, this possibility, it brings you to a point where you are going to be able to really create this, manifest this. The Empress here is about that energy brimming with creativity, ready to birth a new project, sort of bring it out into the world and make it manifest, make it whole, make it real and tangible. And it sort of shows that you'll be able to overcome the sense of uncertainty. The Queen of Cups here is sort of suggesting having mastered your emotions, having, you know, being very aware of them, and able to incorporate them into your mood in a positive way. And sort of this is someone of great compassion here as well. So it shows that maybe you put out some moral support or some emotional support for someone, because you'd have reached that point where you can have that sense of completion, and that the groundedness and the security that comes with that, and that enables you to I get a sense here of sort of like pass this, what you've learned, on to others in a compassionate and caring way, which sort of fits in here with your great teacher. Learn from spiritual experience and then impart that in a loving and tender way. And here, you know, the Lord, take charge with authority, sort of suggests you get down into the nitty-gritty practical things you need to do, and that sense of busyness, of doing things, may well dissipate all the fear and the worry and the overthinking of things. So it's about making this decision here, finding your direction, choosing your path, and working with it in a very practical way to bring about a fruition. You know, and this, the Empress is all about abundance, so it's sort of very promising. And then you've got this added level that you'll be able to then, having learned from this, you're able to help others in a moral or emotional, giving them emotional support. You know, impart your wisdom onto others in a loving and caring way, in a very supportive way, in an emotionally supportive way. So where you've begun feeling very full of lack and, outcast, alone perhaps, and poor in spirit, you end up in this role being able to encourage others who are in that situation, and you sort of let them see through your experience how they can find that renewed hope and faith, and what to do with it, to logically and practically build on it, make a firm decision that is both balanced and fair. So there you have it, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you, and if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons, and then have a good 2 weeks, and God bless you till we meet again.